Hello everyone, welcome to this We Thrive presentation on using media to share your We Thrive stories. I'm Hollis Bass, We Thrive Communications Contractor. This is actually an updated version of a presentation I gave in 2017 at the We Thrive Learning Collaborative. A lot has changed since then, but one thing hasn't. I want to help you get your story out. Whether you're part of We Thrive in a community, a school district, or a childcare setting, you all have something in common, and that is you're doing good things. You're taking action to make your community, school, or childcare families healthier and safer through We Thrive. We want people to know about the good things you're doing. We want you to get noticed. Sharing your stories raises awareness about We Thrive in your community, whether that's a city or a village, a school, or a childcare center. Sharing your stories helps attract volunteers and people who want to join your team. Sharing your stories inspires other We Thrive teams, gives them ideas to work on, and can lead to collaborations. And sharing your stories can bring you accolades and acknowledgement for your hard work. So, where do you start? Well, today we'll look at different ways to get your story out. We'll focus mainly on social media, but I'll also give you some tips on other ways to share your work, including websites, newsletters, calendars, and the local newspaper. Finally, we'll review a few important points about using the We Thrive brand. So let's get started. Social media is a great way to get your story out. I'm talking about things like Facebook and Twitter, but there's others like Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and yes, even TikTok and Snapchat. But We Thrive uses Facebook and Twitter. We also have a YouTube channel. This is a good time for me to ask if you like and follow We Thrive on Facebook and Twitter, and if you subscribe to us on YouTube. If the answer is no, pause this video now and go do it. You'll find links and instructions on how to do this in the notes below this video on YouTube. Now that we've taken care of that, let's talk about getting your We Thrive team onto social media. So back in 2017, when I presented on getting your story out at the We Thrive Learning Collaborative, there was only one We Thrive community that had an active dedicated Facebook page, and that was Mountain Healthy. Today, 3 years later, there are 8 We Thrive community Facebook pages. You can see the communities listed on your screen. And the We Thrive Reading team also has a Twitter page and an Instagram page. So great job getting your story out, Reading. Now, since Facebook is the most popular social media channel with We Thrive communities, today I'm going to show you how to set up a Facebook page, and then we'll talk about how to use your page to get your story out. So first, if you haven't already, you need to sign up for Facebook. You create an account, which is called your profile. When you have your personal profile, you can set up a page. A page is sometimes referred to as a business page, but it's not just for businesses. A common mistake people make is setting up a new Facebook account under the name of the page they want to create, and that just won't work. You need to have your own Facebook account first, your own profile, then set up your We Thrive page through that account. So let me show you. You want to sign into Facebook and then go to this plus sign, create a page. And as you can see, you'll need to put in a page name and a category and a description to get started. So we recommend that you name your page like this, and I'm going to type it in. You do We Thrive as all one word with a capital W and a capital T, and then a space and the name of your community or school. So We Thrive Happy Town, that's just my example. Then for your category, most of the community Facebook pages use community service or community organization for their category. And then finally, just a brief description that if you need help with this, you can ask your health educator to give you some help getting this description done. And then you just create your page. Okay, so once you've set up your page, you need to add a profile picture and a cover photo, and then there's places to add more information about your group. So for ideas, you can visit the other We Thrive community Facebook pages and see how they've done this. But just as an example, here's a screenshot of the We Thrive Deer Park page. Here's another example, a screenshot of We Thrive in Whitewater Township's page. So once you've saved your page and you've given it a profile picture and a cover photo, the next thing you want to do is create the page's username. The username is important because it tells people where to find your page on Facebook. Usernames all begin with the @ symbol, and you'll see them just below your page name. So you can see here's the username for the Whitewater Township page, and it begins with the @ sign. When they tell someone to find them on social media, they give their username. They say, just find us at We Thrive Whitewater Township. And then it makes it easy for anyone to find their page. Now, it's a good idea to make your username the same as your page name. And using some uppercase letters will make it easier for people to read your username. For example, let's say you're making a flyer or a sign and you're saying to find us on Facebook and giving your username. Which one's easier to read? This one with some strategically capitalized letters, or this one where everything is just kind of in a jumble? But when you type your username on Facebook, Facebook doesn't care if it's all caps or if it's all lowercase or a mixture. They recognize, as long as you type the letters correctly, they'll recognize it. So now you've created your We Thrive page. How do you get people to like and follow it? Facebook makes it easy to invite your friends to like and follow your new page. This is one of the best ways to get the word out about your page, because your Facebook friends will hopefully share it with their friends, and you can get lots of exposure that way. Don't forget to tell everyone on your We Thrive team about the new page and ask them to tell their friends. If your community or school district has an official Facebook page, ask them to like and share your We Thrive page. You can also ask them to announce your new page in their newsletters and on their websites. Ask everybody, elected officials, staff, teachers, anyone associated with your community or school, to like and follow your page. Another idea is to add a line in your email signature. Follow us on Facebook and give your page's username, or you can put a link to the page. So you get people to like your Facebook page, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they will see your posts. Facebook controls what we see in our news feeds, but there are steps you can take to make sure that you see a page's post. So you might just have to teach people how to do this. So I'm going to go to the We Thrive Facebook page just to show you this. So you can see that I've liked the We Thrive page. But like I said, that doesn't guarantee that I will see all the posts that come from this page. I need to go here and click on Follow Settings to make sure that I'm liking and following the page. So once you get to follow settings, if you want to see every post from our page, the best bet is to check favorites. Then you can also tell Facebook whether or not to notify you when we post. So these are notifications of posts. So if you don't tell Facebook, they will just send highlights as notifications, and they just choose what the highlights are. So it's better to just do standard notifications so you'll find out about all of our posts. And we don't post often, maybe once or twice a day, sometimes skipping a day. And then you just click update and you're ready to you've liked and properly followed the page. So let's get out of here and look at putting your page to work. One way to put your page to work is to promote your events and activities by creating event pages. Event pages are great. You can use them for obviously your events, but your meetings, your activities. It's an easy way to get the word out because people can share it on Facebook and get reminders about it. And you can also share the event page link in emails and on calendars. And this will increase the number of people who see it. So here are a few examples of how We Thrive communities have used event pages. This is a screenshot of an event page that Reading used to publicize its farmers market. This is one North College Hill uses event pages to publicize their team meetings. And this is just an example of Deer Park using their event pages to publicize a plant swap that they did last year. So during or after your events, you can post pictures like We Thrive Whitewater Township did for one of their roadside cleanup days. The pictures tell a story. This is a great way to get your story out without a lot of work. Take pictures and post them, tag We Thrive and any other Facebook pages that were involved so that we can share your posts as well. Besides events and sharing pictures, We Thrive communities also use their pages to post about other things going on in the community and to share posts from our We Thrive page and other Facebook pages. Now, posting once or twice a week is fine. You don't want to post if you don't have anything of value to say or to share. So let's go back a second and take a minute to explain what we mean when we ask you to tag We Thrive when you post. So you tag us by typing the @ followed by our Facebook username, which is Watch Us Thrive. You do that in the post or at the end of the post. And here's an example. This is just a screenshot to show you. But let's say you're posting about a health fair. We had a great turnout at our health fair today. Then you type @Watch Us Thrive, and you'll see that a menu will drop down where you can choose our Facebook page, We Thrive. Click on that. This will make a link to our Facebook page appear in your post, and we'll get a notification that you tagged us. This is how we'll see your posts, and then we can like them and sometimes share them. Now, we do the same thing when we post something that relates to your community or school. For example, when we did a story about Kimberly Stewart's dance studio in North College Hill, we tagged all of the related pages. We shared the story on our Facebook page, a link to the story, and then we tagged We Thrive North College Hill's Facebook page. We tagged the City of North College Hill's Facebook page. We tagged North College Hill City Schools, and then we tagged Kimberly's dance studio, Arabesque Dance Academy, so that they could see the post and then share it. We're just broadening your audience. Now, this is a good time to remind you to share your stories with your health educator. She'll let me know when you have something going on that will make a good story for the We Thrive website. And even if it's not a big enough story to feature on our website, I can share it with a Facebook or a Twitter post. So let your health educator know what's going on in your community or school so that we can ultimately help you reach a wider audience. Now, you may be asking yourself, what kinds of things are stories? Well, it's pretty much anything that's on your action plan. when you're awarded a grant, or you achieve a certification like Ohio Healthy Programs for the child care providers. If you pass a resolution or an ordinance, hold an event like cooking classes or yoga classes, plant a community garden, hold a walk to school day or a drug take back day or a cleanup day. All of these make great stories. And your stories will get more attention and be more interesting when you include metrics. How many children walked to school? How many bags of trash were collected? How many pounds of material was recycled? Things like that. Now, let's say for whatever reason you don't want to set up a Facebook page for your WeThrive team. You can still get the word out about what you're doing by using your community or your school's social media pages, the ones that they run, that they've already set up. Just find out who's in charge of posting and ask them to set up event pages for your events. Send them pictures to post and just try to share as much as you can with them so that they can share it on their official pages. You should also make sure that WeThrive is on your community or school's website. And here are some examples. WeThrive is on the Anderson Township website. It's on the Forest Park website. You just have to go down to Community and WeThrive. And it actually leads you to Forest Park's page on the WeThrive website, which is a fine way to do it. Montgomery talks about WeThrive on their website, has a page dedicated to it. And so does Mount Healthy. Mount Healthy links, like Forest Park does, to its page on the WeThrive website. Now, many websites for schools and churches and communities also have calendars. Find out how to submit your events and meetings so they'll show up on these calendars. You also want to find out about newsletters and e-newsletters. Get the deadlines and submit your announcements and your stories and your updates so they'll be published. Send along your customized WeThrive logo as well. Every community has a customized WeThrive logo, so check with your health educator if you need to get yours. When you're submitting information to websites, newsletters, and calendars, or even creating flyers and signs, be sure to let people know where they can find out more about WeThrive in your community. Don't miss a chance to get your name out there. If you have a WeThrive Facebook page, include your @username or a link to your Facebook page. Whether you have a page on social media or not, include the link to your community's page on the WeThrive website. And just like I talked about before, every WeThrive community has a page on the WeThrive website. All you have to do is go to watchusthrive.org / the name of your community. So watchusthrive.org/Lincoln Heights or watchusthrive.org/Anderson. Everybody has a page, every community has a page on our website, and you should link to it because we talk a lot about you on our website. So we've talked about social media, websites, newsletters, and e-newsletters. Another very effective way to get your story out is to submit your events and stories to the Enquirer by way of Cincinnati.com's community sharing site. So here's an example of this. A couple of years ago, Danielle Hart of Cheviot's WeThrive team started the Cheviot Rocks program, where residents are encouraged to paint kindness rocks and hide them around town. I interviewed Danielle and some of the residents who were participating and posted the story on our WeThrive website. Then we posted a link to the story on our Facebook page and on Twitter. And finally, we submitted the story to Cincinnati.com. And the story ended up appearing in the hometown section of the Enquirer. And this was the print version of the Enquirer. So, how do you submit a story or an event to the Enquirer? The process has changed since I first did this presentation in 2017. I'll put a link in the notes below this video on YouTube. So this is the Enquirer's community share site. And like I said, I will put this link, this long link, into the notes that you'll see below this video on YouTube. From here, you can submit a calendar item, and it actually takes you to a different site where you have to create an account, but you can submit your events that way. Or you can submit a story. And all you do is follow the prompts here with your name and your email address, make a headline for your story, and then I suggest typing your story in Word or a Google Doc and then cutting and pasting the story into this box. There's a place where you can upload photos and then be sure to give them a photo caption. You want to name everyone who's in the photo and then list the communities where your story is most relevant. So obviously that's going to be your community, and then you may as well put in some of the surrounding communities as well. So to recap, we've talked about getting your story out by using social media, your school or community website and newsletters, and submitting stories to the Enquirer. And you've seen examples of how WeThrive teams are doing this. But I can't do a presentation about WeThrive communications without reminding you about the proper use of the WeThrive brand. Now, everything you need to know about using the WeThrive brand and the logo, the colors, the fonts, it's all in the WeThrive Style Guide, which you can get from your health educator or by clicking the link that's below this video. So this is the most important thing. You need to spell WeThrive right. So which way is correct? Take a look at all of these with various spaces, various capitalizations, various punctuation. None of these are correct. The correct way to write WeThrive is all one word, all caps except for the first E, and an exclamation point at the end. So WeThrive is all one word. It's always all caps except for that first E, and it always has an exclamation point at the end. Now, when you write WeThrive or type WeThrive, the word, be sure to use the service mark by adding SM in capital letters as a superscript immediately after the exclamation point. The service mark keeps others from misusing the WeThrive brand. And again, be sure to check out the style guide that's listed in the notes below this video. But remember that the service mark should be included on the first mention of the WeThrive brand on each page that it appears. But it's not used in headlines or subheadings. These are all details that you need to know, but you can get them in the WeThrive Style Guide. As I said, that's going to be posted below. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you've learned a lot more about how to share your WeThrive stories and get the word out about all the good work you're doing. Creating a WeThrive Facebook page and using it to keep your followers up to date on what you're doing is great, but don't forget about the simpler things, like making sure WeThrive is on your school or community website, in their newsletters, and making sure that your events are on all the calendars that you can get them on. Remember to let your health educator know about all the good things you're doing so that we can help you share them with a wider audience. And be sure to check the notes under this video. That's where you'll find a lot of the information we talked about today, as well as links to a tip sheet and the WeThrive brand style guide. So thanks for joining me today.